Here we are at the Bikesmith, 1040 9th Avenue in Campbell River, BC. Today we're going to have a little bit of tech tips. We're going to set up some suspension for the trails on a YZ. Here's the lineup of bikes he has. Most of them are for sale, some of them are customers. And this is Brien the Bikesmith.
Hi, I'm Brien. I'll be your bikesmith today. What we're doing is showing you how to set up your trail bike or your dirt bike for the trails. Because a lot of people get a dirt bike and the thing's bouncing all over the place and it's hard to deal with on the trail. Most of the bikes are about the same. This is a 2002 Yamaha YZ85 big wheels. They're a little bigger wheels than your regular 85. So you look in the bottom of the forks here, front forks, a little rubber chunk. Take that out. They don't all have it, but most of them are like that. And there's a screw thing in there. It takes a flat screwdriver. This is the compression damping on these bikes. There's about 20 clicks. So you start backing them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That thing had 20 clicks of compression damping in it. So we're going to put 4 back in. 1, 2, 3, 4. If you have too much compression damping, the thing is like bouncing off all the rocks and the roots and stuff. You want it soft for the trails. Back the compression damping out of the forks. Most of it. And you can always click it back in, count the clicks. Another thing you want to do, check your tire pressure. These things are supposed to have about 12 pounds of pressure. That's about right. You can shove the tire in with your hand. Some people got like 30 pounds of air in your tires. You can't ride like that. You bounce off everything. It's horrible. The front end is the main thing you want to set up for the trail, the front forks and the tires and whatnot. Some of these bikes also will have the compression damping on the top of the forks, but it'll say if it does, it'll say comp. And these things got an air valve too. Show them a close-up here, Anthony. This is the air bleed to the side here. This is the rebound damping. So you let the air out of the forks because the forks build up air all by themselves. And that makes it bouncy and everything. It's horrible to ride if it's like that. You take that screw out. If there's any air, it'll go psh. There's no air now. And now you can buy little valves for like 25 bucks and you just go psh, lets the air out.
Speed bleeders.
Speed bleeders, yeah. We got them at Bikesmith. Yeah. So there you go. That's how you set up the front end of your bike so you're not bouncing all over the place and hurting your hands when you ride. You can ride longer and stuff like that. Another thing you maybe want to do when you're sitting on the bike, your arm wants to be wrist, arm straight. So set your levers so that they're straight, not down there or something stupid like that, right?
Don't pull a Ronnie Mac.
Yeah. Set your clutch up. You got that much clutch play, you know, half an inch on the back of your lever. You pretty much set the ride on the front of the bike. Now I'll show you what goes on the back here, the rear suspension. The shock absorber's got 3 adjustments on it. Some of them have 4. This is compression damping adjustment on the rear shock. That's how fast it goes down. If you're jumping on a motocross track, you want compression damping, otherwise you'll bottom. And then this here is a handy tool. These things are 120 bucks, and what it does, it just takes the weight off the bike, right? There you go. So you want to change your tires out or something. So we're going to show you how to set the preload on the rear shock. It makes a difference. Make sure your bike's clean. Get the load off the wheels. And there's 2 rings on the top of the shock here. And they're jammed together. You put a punch on it. Make sure you don't punch the body of the shock. You just loosen that ring off of there, right? top one. Like that. Back that thing off. If you're racing motocross, you want, on a full-size motorcycle, you want like 4 inches of sag, 95 to 105 millimeters. So you measure like from here to here with a tape measure, the way the bike sits now. Then you measure it with when you're sitting on the bike, and it should go down 105 to 95 millimeters. So we got this backed off. Give it a shot of WD-40. Lubricate stuff like that. Boom, down the bottom too. Sometimes you can just grab the spring and turn it, like this one.
Gotcha.
And we're taking preload out, so the bike's going to sit a bit lower because we're taking load off the spring, right? We're going to soften this one up quite a bit. I'll probably sell this bike to a kid. You can't take it all off. You got to have a bit of tension on the spring, otherwise the shock can fly apart. So there we go. We just jam these rings back together. I just bought this bike this morning, so first time we've ever done anything to it. This is compression damping. If you're bottoming, crank that in a bit, a couple of clicks here and there. And on the bottom of the shock there will be a rebound damping adjustment from the other side. Well, it's hidden away in there. Sometimes they're a little hard to get to, but it'll be a screwdriver, slot screwdriver. That'll be rebound damping. Then you want to check the chain tension. That's not so bad. Better loose than tight. 3 fingers, play is about right. Grab your wheel bearings, they're okay. Check your tire pressure. You can shove your hand into that tire. We'll see it's probably about 10 psi, which is just right. I bought this bike off a stock car race driver who knows his stuff pretty good, so. This bike's probably set up pretty good right out of the box. Right out of, quite hard to deal with. Yeah, there we go. It's about 7 or 8, 10 psi. Anyway, there's your bike setup tips for today from Bikesmith. We'll be out riding tomorrow, Sunday, motocross track, 11 o'clock.